Good morning everyone and welcome to you in this daily update on Bitcoin and altcoins, maybe a few ones, and these 3 streams we're going to get this with are in collaboration with ATAS. I'll be sharing with you some promo codes as starting tomorrow ATAS will more likely become paid, and we'll also spend some more time basically to show you some ATAS features, how I'm using it, all of this basically on ATAS. We're going to spend a little bit more time on ATAS during these streams. So yeah, we're going to cover a little bit more of ATAS. So lovely pump, we've got a big resistance zone plan here. Basically this one, a big resistance, big breakout, what can I say, this is just pretty lovely. So yeah, this is just absolutely insane, almost at a new all-time high again on Bitcoin. Again, this is what we was looking for here. As I said, even during the drop here, the most probable is not to continue the drop, is to go for, it's basically to go for a new all-time high. So it's very good to see that we are keeping the probability and doing the highest probability here. This is very nice. So let me just we're going to have a look at it. I have no idea how the order flow looks like. By the way, we recognize a pattern on the order flow and it's pretty funny. I didn't check it at all, the chart over the weekend, but it was in the Bitcoin TA. Yeah, you can see here, for example, we've got like, this is a typical pattern we're having these days on the order flow. You get like millions of longs. This is what I was posting in. Here, there you go. We get millions of longs coming in. We swipe the lows. These longs are not stopping or closing. I mean, they're not closed basically. They're not closing or getting wrecked. They are absorbing all the move down, and from here you get the massive reversal. They're taking profit. Next is going higher or not, depending on that. But where can I see? Again, here you have millions of longs. You retrace and you continue the push to the upside. And again, I have many more examples. And you can see, for example, here you get millions of longs, you retrace, they're not getting wrecked, they're absorbing the move down, and you get a full reversal. And again, it's like that again and again. You can see your longs go down, full reversal. Again, longs go down, full reversal. That's pretty funny because I remember I spotted this over the weekend, and this was literally the low just right before the pump. So this is just really lovely and good to see. Hope you have been able to take the trade, mate. Just gonna merge this and read so I can check at this after the stream is done. But yeah, so basically normally, if I'm correct, this was here. Yeah, this was here over the weekend. It literally was a low. That's just pretty funny. Anyways, yeah. And yeah, with the wave, you know, was looking for this. Just right there. Going to the 1-to-1 here. And then look for the wave 5. Going to the 1-to-1. Also some fib times here for an ABC zigzag to the upside. And there you go. That's pretty lovely to see. And that's nice. So, yeah. We're going to talk about 2 configurations for this. I would prefer the, well, second or first one, it depends, but there are 2 configurations for this. Okay, because as I said in this update, to bounce, we need some 5 ways up like this. Okay, so now we either have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, either 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is going to complete a 3, 4, 5, or directly a C wave, by the way, possible too. Sorry, microphone seems buggy at all. Just 1 second, please. I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, let's update a Bitcoin. So first of all, what I'm doing here is updating my levels. So let's get rid of this, Let's keep the big resistance down here in case we do a pullback. And you can see again the perfect break of it. I didn't even check out the chart over the weekend. I was really more checking out the hours because, for example, you got METIS, got an absolute crazy increase in price here. A year or so is doing really. I mean, this was the two I have been talking about for a while. You've got from the exact second target we have planned. Here, you've got the first trade, you've got a bounce still, went through next because of Bitcoin, and next you went into the second target, and from here, I mean, 37 imagine you make 31% profit of your investment in just a week. That's pretty crazy, isn't it? And you've got METIS too, so we did bounce it from the last support. It was a little bit lower, but it was still part of the support here with the value low. We've got 3 support. It was that one, and this one here. The last one was not the most probable, but still. And so we've got a nice, you can see here, 50% increase in price again. This one is absolutely crazy too. Anyways, we're going to cover the hours after a Bitcoin. So, yeah, so again, perfect. You can see a break off the trend line here, flip into support, new high, no market structure change, nothing. And so you just get the big pump next. That's pretty cool. So let's check out the weekly time frame here. Come on, just gonna see, is it useful? I will see after we added all the levels. So weekly, there is one at the low here. Monthly, we don't have any. Daily levels, we have one just down here. And there you go. Okay, good. So let's go now on ATAS. So basically on ATAS, I'm using this for the 80-20 setup. Basically, we've got one on Friday. We wasn't just able to go to the previous day value low. It was basically here, because basically with this is when you get 2 or 3 consecutive candle close into the previous day value high when the daily open is outside. Okay, for example, let's take the case that you come from above. If you get 2 or 3 30-minute candle close, consecutive candle close inside the previous day value high, you will target next the previous day value low. Now, as recognized for more than a year, this setup is way too famous. So what's happening basically when you get acceptance first into the previous day value high and you expect to go to the previous day value low, you wrecked all the early shorts that came in, you go swipe the highs, and once you have done this, you finally do the move. Okay, so this is what's happened on Friday. We've got the daily open. That was, so it was Friday was here. So Friday, everything happened here at the very top. We've got here, so I swipe the highs, and then we've got the acceptance to the daily open. Into the previous day value high. We swipe the highs to stop the shorts, and from here we go and continue down. The previous day value low basically was just below here, this bottom, but again you can see it was dropping here around the end of the day on Friday. It's weekend, everyone is taking profits, so we just get really a lack of strength to continue down. Basically, so as I said in Discord, it might be a good idea to take profit, because I said I took a short around there after the stream, by the way, so around there. And it might be a good idea to take profit here. We might not get it very simply because it's now the weekend, so yeah. And it was a good decision so far. So yeah, today we'll have one, but again we need to get acceptance into the previous day value low, and again this is very, very small. The target is really close by. So anyways, let's move into the next one here. So naked session path controls. So yeah, basically this one here, you have 4 sessions a day, 3 really. You have the let's start with here, Asia. Oh yeah, let's start with here, for example, Asia, London and New York. And then this is a cool session where you have nothing. It still gives some levels, you can see here, but yeah, basically you have the three important sessions: Asia orange, London green, and New York the blue one. These give some levels. You can see your time point of control and volume point of control. The one we care about are the volume point of control. Time point of control are not really well respected. You can see sometimes it's still well respected. You can see time point of control, it literally gave the top here on the weekend, by the way. The 9, yes. Yeah, that was on Friday night. Yeah. Oh no, well, Saturday morning, by the way, because it was at 11 AM. Anyways, so yeah, this gives some really good levels. Okay, it's always to use in confidence with, but what I'm paying attention to is basically the volume point of control. And so we're going to mark this on our charts. And the best session, in my opinion, is the New York session here, where you have, again, you can see Asia is pretty nice too sometimes, but generally speaking, New York is better. Okay, we'll have some more volatility here around New York, as you can see. Sometimes London too. Again, this is probability. You cannot get 100% of the time it's going to be New York. But you can see New York is very often giving some good volatility. So yeah, that's why I do prefer New York, and also because it's for me the afternoon, so it's not at night like Asia session, for example. This was full at night for me. London is a little bit slow and boring most of the time, not gonna lie. Look at this, for example. Sometimes it is, but again, most of the time you can see it's very small TPO here, very small, very shy moves. So yeah, New York is the best overall. Anyway, so let's take now the levels and add this on our charts. So we have the one at the very bottom, but it's already there if I'm correct. And by the way, after this, I'm going to share with you all the codes so you can enjoy discounts on the new tariff, because starting tomorrow ATAS will become paid, and this code, by the way, will be valid starting tomorrow. You will get them early, so you can already why there you go, because I'm not live tomorrow, basically, as simple as that. Why do I have another level down here? 110. Okay, 110. Oh yeah, I'm stupid. 1, 2, so there is one missing here. That's one I took on my laptop. I don't know why my laptop is getting some different levels. That's pretty weird. I don't know. I will have to check the difference. 380. Come on. There we go. Then we have this one here. You can see the price. Yeah, 118,260. And then we have the current one, but it's not closed, it's not over, so I'm not taking it. Again, look at that. This is get millions again. This is isn't it crazy? Look at that again. Where are the longs opening here? Look. Get millions of longs coming in, millions of longs coming in, millions of longs coming in. Go and retrace a little bit. They are not closing during this move down. When this is happening, they're absorbing the move down. Even if there are massive bearish activity, you also have low, 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 high lows. They are pushing the price up. From here, they started to close a little bit, but not all of them, because you have much more millions there. This is pushing up for a new local high, almost, by the way. And at the very high, they're closing, and then the price is pushing back. You can see here, this is the mentality really changed these days, honestly, because before, like a year ago, if you get this kind of millions of longs coming, you will just directly come back down and wreck them all. These days, the big players are making, I mean, the big players entering like this in just one candles. They're just making profit. This is just pretty crazy, not gonna lie. Anyways, let's go with now the next level. So TPO. These are basically so daily TPO, so it represents really one full day of data. This shows basically the TPO, so the time spent. You can see bigger the TPO is here, okay, the shape is, more time we spent at that place, for example. You can see we spent not a lot of time here, so it's pretty small. And so you have basically the point of control of this TPO that gives some very good support. For example, this was on Friday. The previous day point of control at the time was literally the support, you can see here. for the almost the whole day. We just went below, consider made a fake out basically, go below, reclaim, flip it into support, this point of control here, and then pump basically for new highs. So now the ones that we really care at the moment are the naked ones, so the ones that are untapped after the close. So for example, this one here, you can see it's right, you can see it on the right, or the one at the low here, but this one, if I'm correct, is already on my chart. Yes, so what's the price of the other one here? 118,475. There you go. Good. And you can see here, spend a lot of value at the high here, so this is good to see most of the time. Then DNPOC, so these are basically daily volume profiles. And the same, you can see here the levels can give some really good stuff. Sometimes you go through, but it can still give for a scalp on a lower time frame. So basically it's just a daily volume profile. When it closes, you have the point of control. Okay, so where you've got the biggest amount of trade open basically. I mean, well, you've got the biggest volume basically in the price. This is the point of control. And so from here, when the candle closes, if the point of control is naked, so it's untapped, that's the level. So for example here, you have the volume point of control here. What I like to do is also check on the top here at the ticks one, so 250 and the ticks one. So first of all, we're going to take this ticks here, 250, so we have 118,525. There you go, and then we can go with the ticks one, press apply, and we are going to see. There you go. So we have 180,509. This is the same, and we have no other ones. So we can add back the ticks a little bit like at the moment. And as it's Monday, we can also do the same for the weekly naked point of controls. Basically, these are just weekly profiles when it closes. If it's naked like this one, for example, we just printed on Monday. This is a level 12 on the chart. This one is ticks 500, and I like also to take at the ticks 1 all the time, both because sometimes it gives different price. When it's very close by, like for example the DNPOC I just added, you know, it's like 118,525 bucks. The second one on the ticks one was 509. It's really close by, so I'm not going to care about this level. But if for example it will be much more below here or much higher, if there is a big difference, so to speak, between a big price between the two ticks, I'm gonna mark this on the chart basically. So this one is 116,600, so let's add that one here. There you go. And let's have a look at the ticks. So one, just to trap many longs at the highs. Yeah, I saw that. I will just have a look at this in more details. Well, this one is loaded. There you go. 116,450. Yeah, you can see, for example, here 450 will be around there, so it's almost the same zone, so we don't really care about that one. So let's add back the 500 ticks. Let's zoom out, and you also have the monthly basically naked point of controls, but we update this at every monthly kind of close on the first of each month basically. We're not, so there are no any levels to add basically. We just got here many longs at the high, so yeah, you just saw that, but you can see they all close in profit already. So I mean, you can see you have like, well, you have basically 10 million coming in, 10 million, well, 14 million closing, because I guess you've got a few millions coming in before. And again, here you get 11 million of longs. You can see an increasing of the open interest, green, blue, sorry, plus a delta. So the first line here is a green box here, 11 million and 12 million. So these two candles here, in these two candles, you can see you've got 11 million of longs coming in and 12 billion of longs coming in. But what you're having next is when you have a decreasing of the open interest and a negative delta, these are longs closing. So basically there was open here and they closed right after that in profit, and from here the price is dropping. So it's not like they are trapped really, because they're out of the, well, again, we don't know if these are these trades that close or some trades from before, but I mean, you almost have the same numbers, right? You have 10 million, 11 million, 12 million, that's 30, but this is exactly 33 million, by the way. So yeah, honestly, it's very likely these are the same trades. So it's not really trapped longs anymore because they're closed now. So the price really don't need really to go down from here massively, if I can say, to really wreck them all, because they're already out of the market in profit. They made profit with this. So yeah, you can see they all came here, and you have next massive amount of longs closing here, close inside this candle, close inside this candle, close inside this candle. These are basically, this is a negative delta because these are market shorts coming in, but to close a trade, not to open a position. Okay, when you close a long, you market sell basically in the market, reason why it's a negative delta. So yeah, so, and again, you can see following this, you have a very weak move down. I don't know if you have an MC short reaction from here. By the way, I'm gonna share my new workspace view, because I did updated a few things, as you can see. I'm gonna upload this on the website. If you want to download this, by the way, this is all my workspace is free. You can go on our website, can go into the course page, scroll all the way down, okay, sign up for free. Go into the course page, scroll all the way down, and you will be able to download, you will find a download section, you'll be able to download my workspace for free. Okay, anyway, so before to continue any further, I'm gonna share with you all the codes so you can enjoy it, and after that we're going to make the plan for the day ahead, for the days ahead, basically, and maybe the week ahead. But yeah, before to start, so if you want to enjoy this software, at the moment it's free, but tomorrow you will more likely have to pay. Well, you cannot click it. Okay, there you go. You will more likely have to pay again. It depends of your use, but for example, if you want these order flows, if you want to use, for example, the naked sessions, the sessions, basically you have to pay, because for example here you will be able to get only per chart for free 3 indicators. Here, for example, we have already 4 TPOs, or in market profiles and TPOs. So yeah, for example, for a few features, for example, like the volume chart here, again, a very weak move down here, you will have to pay, for example. So it will mostly become paid if you really want to use it on a daily basis. So if you want to get discounts, basically, here is, I have managed to get some codes for you all. Please be aware of that these codes are valid starting tomorrow, not already today, because the new price tariff will be tomorrow, basically. Here we go. So you have 2 codes, basically. You can get 50% off the plus plan. You will get a plus plan, and so it's only on the first purchase, sorry, and it's just for 1 month, basically. Well, yeah, don't know if it's for the first month. For example, if you take 6 months, I guess it's for the 6 months, not. I have to ask this, by the way. But I guess if you take, for example, a 6 months, it's gonna be still a 50% off. It's not only a month. I guess it's all subscriptions, basically, for the plus plan. Okay, so here is a code. I will add this after the stream is ended in the description, in the comment section, and in Discord also, so you can enjoy, so you can see this. And you also have 7% off for the Plus, Pro, and the Ultra version, 1, 3, 12 months lifetime. So yeah, this is valid until September 12th, and an end discount code. Well, the discount basically remain on your account as soon as the subscription is active. Okay, and those codes are valid starting tomorrow. So yeah, just so you know, these are the 2 codes, so you can enjoy discounts, and of course it's by using my link in the description, so you can sign up with my link or create a new account with my link, and then you will be able to add these codes starting tomorrow only. Today, if you try, normally it's not going to work because the new tariffs are going to start tomorrow. So yeah, these are some codes, so you can enjoy some discounts, right, if you want to use ATAS starting tomorrow. So yeah, hope you'll take advantage of this, enjoy these discounts. That's for you. And now let's jump into the technical analysis. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of yeah, I mean, I'm gonna keep these levels, honestly. Let's start with this. I'll make the plan. Again, I am looking for a long here, absolutely not at all. If If I want to long, I'm gonna wait for a pullback. Okay, now what I will be aware of is short trades basically. So what was the plan here? The plan was if we break these highs, okay, we break these highs here, it's very simple. We look for a swing third pan, so come up here, come back below directly, and close back below the previous high, leave the previous high with a wick above only. Okay, if now this was either a swing third pan, either a failed auction, so go above, spend some time, form something bearish, maybe swipe the highs once more into the daily naked path control and naked session path control, break the local market structure, bam bam bam, come back all the way down to form next a bigger A, a bigger B, and a bigger C. So this, for example, is a nice trade setup I will be aware of if we have to end up here in a failed auction. Again, it will be good to go and touch the higher levels, not gonna lie. But again, even this short trade, honestly, again, the plan is the plan, right? I mean, I'm looking here for this, was looking for this wave 5 before we even drop into the 120 extension. We've got everything here. At the moment, honestly, it looks like we'll have a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The only thing that I struggle with a little bit with this configuration is the wave 3 have a leading. Okay, and normally the wave 3 cannot get a leading. Now we saw already in the past that the wave 3 could get some leading, but for example, a year or two ago, I would say, okay, this is definitely not this configuration, very simply because this right here is a leading. Can a wave 3 get a leading? Absolutely not. This is a second wave 1, 2, and we're in a wave 3, 4, 5, that's for sure. And this, I mean, again, that's for sure, you never know 100%, but this is really more likely. And this is either an ABC, okay, so let me just clarify, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so this is a wave A, B, C, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, to then form a bigger A, bigger B, and then a bigger C to complete this wave 5. Okay, but yeah, as these days, and we already got now some leadings in the wave 3, now it brings us with two configurations more likely, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 leading. Okay, so go and touch the higher levels and just get the pullback from here. And by the way, this short trade is absolutely valid also if we break for a new all-time high. That's why I set my stop a little bit above here. We can also go and do something like this, for example, go for a new all-time high, just swing through panel off or do a failed auction of the all-time high, get the pullback, so do a fake out basically. You know, you will get, for example, this time millions of longs opening. We are going down next. They're unable to push the price up, so they are completely trapped at the highs, and from here we just go down to wreck them all. Finding that will be cool, because at some point this is normally the logic of the market, right? You're here to take the others' money, so it makes sense if you see millions of longs coming into the highs that this is not going to push up, that you're going to go down to wreck them all. But anyways, these days that's another mentality, it looks like. Anyway, so this is also valid if we go for a new all-time high. Oh, I cannot. Okay, there we go. Okay, so if we go for a new all-time high like this, I'm going to look for a short, right? Because of this configuration, basically. If we have a leading here, that will be an A wave, and then we can look for the B, so a pullback. So get, for example, millions of longs, early longs, wreck them all, then make them all bearish, and from here get the real push to the upside for the C wave, where we go a little bit higher here. Okay, so that's why we'll be aware of a short of the all-time high, basically. And again, I'm not saying you have to short up here. No, you have to see what's happening on the order flow line in the time to make the decision, right? That's as simple as that. I'm not going to place limits up here, for example. So yeah, this is a possible configuration I'm looking for. So either just, well, into the higher levels, if we're unable to get anything bearish of these highs, no bearish reaction here, we look for a continuation into the all-time high, and then we look for this configuration, a possible short basically of the all-time high. And if again there is nothing of the all-time high, where it's very simple, again, be aware of that, we can break out and do this, for example, spend some time really do a failed auction above the all-time high. Okay, but again, we'll get maybe a very strong breakout with a lot of longs, but it's stuck. We get a pullback, they're unable to push the price up. We get, for example, a bit of bullish EVD. Well, best will be to not get that, but maybe a bit of bullish EVD for just another increase in price. Swipe the highs, get, for example, millions of longs massively absorbed this time, and then we get the MC short reaction. Boom, 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 full reverse. Get the market trigger change. This gives a short, a safe short entry. again, we'll have to see in the time what's going on. Okay, but this is a zone of price where we can not look for longs. We can definitely look for shorts here, not longs at all. I'm not going to long the all-time high. Definitely not. Anyways, so yeah, this is the first possible short, sorry. And otherwise, what's the other configuration here? Well, the one I was talking about here, it will be a wave 1, 2. We are in a wave 3, so we just have to look for this wave 3. We're just going to get a real breakout. Nothing is going to be bearish in that case. We're going to get a nice healthy continuation to the upside on the order flow, so good volume, some large amount of longs, but they're not absorbed and they're able to push the price up basically. And so if we get all of this, there is no problem of going higher, right? So we can look for these 1, 2, then we'll form a wave 3, maybe flip into support the all-time high or fake out the all-time high again, possible, put a wave 4 and then go for the wave 5. And so here wave 4, and then if you go, well, that's pretty crazy to draw with this thing, but anyways, and next you go for the wave 5, and these 5 waves are going to print the bigger A, then we look for a bigger B, and then we look for the bigger C, and this ABC is going to complete this here. Oh, by the way, I'm stupid because I wait, I'm starting the wave count here, but basically, no, I'm saying no, sorry. It can be an A here, B and C, like that. Yeah, we can go to 100k, 100,000 for the C here, like this. So basically, get A, B, get some big 5 waves. This is completing the C. Next, after the C, that's a short trade. Okay, so let me just show you that here basically. So you get basically, okay, so you get a wave 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna explain a little bit better this because otherwise it's gonna be a little bit complex to understand, I think. I'm gonna show you why you have to take a short basically of this wave 5. This is going to be a short to take in any case. The reason for this is before you get, so you know the A, the B, and you have the C. So in the A wave you have 5 waves. Again, if you want to learn all of this, you can go on the website. Not gonna spend too much time on this, but basically you have an A, B, C. Okay, so we are at the moment into the wave 3. We'll get a pullback, you know, with a wave 4, then we'll get an increase in price with a wave 5. Thing is, it's either an ABC like this that is going to be completed. So if you know this right here is basically, yeah, it's a little bit too high, but basically, come on, this is the A, this is the B, and we are doing the C. Let me just get rid of all the brush here so we can understand really better on the chart what I mean. There you go. Let's hide that for now. There you go. So basically here we'll have the A, B. Yeah, it's gonna be much more easier to understand like this on the real chart, on the real price action. If I manage to get this A, B, and the C. Then we have the wave 1 with a leading inside. The wave, well, I'm gonna draw this again. The wave 1 here, the wave 2, and we have next the wave 3 that we're gonna put in. Maybe a fake out of the on your all-time high or whatever. We'll see what's happening basically. And next the wave 5, and this wave 5 is going to complete the C. If we're in this configuration, this is going to complete the medium time from here, ending wave 5. Okay, we're in this big 1, 2, 3, 4. Inside this wave 5 here, inside this push to the upside, we need to get an ABC zigzag like into the wave 1, 3, wave 5 have an ABC zigzag, you can see here, A, B, C. Next we'll have another A, B, C, and so here we can do exactly the same, A, B, C. And so next, after this wave 5, we have to open a short trade here. Very important. We have to open a short trade, but we have to be aware of the other configuration. That will take some more time. That will be better overall, to be honest with you. That will be a little bit bigger. Because the other configuration is, this is not an ABC zigzag. This is another wave 1, 2. In that case here we put a wave 3. We still have a wave 4 to do. And next we'll have a wave 5. And after these 5 waves, we this time form the bigger A, the bigger B, and then the bigger C to the upside. That's why we have in any case to take a short from this top here, because it can be an ABC zigzag done and we're going to pull back massively, as it can still be bullish, so we're going to bet on both. So basically when you take the short here, for example, you're going to take profit into the wave 4 target if it's needed, or into the supports with the levels we're going to plan. If we bounce and we get, for example, some long reaction, we also can take a long, and so next we set our stop loss on entry on the short, then we get stopped out, for example, on entry, but at least we took profit once. This is still a profitable trade, we've made profit on this. If now we fail to bounce from the wave 4, then we shorted the all-time high, and we'll have a short from the all-time high. That's why, yeah, these are the two configurations I'm looking at basically right now, on Bitcoin mostly. And again, please don't forget, we have another high time frame configuration here. This is not this one, is this one here, where we are into this wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and we are into the wave 5. So here this is just an impulsive basically. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 3, 4, 5. Okay, this is just an impulsive into the wave 5. But again, overall, this one was not so well respected in terms of targets. You can see we bounce from the, I mean, 6.186%. Yeah, this is absolutely crazy massive for a wave 4. It's not impossible, but it's really not likely. So this is a configuration I still have on my chart, but overall this is the one I've been looking for. That played out perfectly, so I'm going to remain with this for the moment, right? So yeah, either an ABC zigzag like this, either a bigger one, as you understood. These are the different counts I'm spotting right now on the lower time frame. Okay, so A, B, C, with just a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Either a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so you have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into the wave 3. And these 5 waves are going complete next to a bigger A, bigger B, and then a bigger C. Okay? So yeah, and we'll have some FIP times, by the way, for a possible top of the all-time high. We've planned in the, well, last week, I think. 16th of August, and. The other one is 21, 24, by the way. 23, 24? 24th August. So 2 FIP times to be aware of for a possible Bitcoin top. Yeah, just something to be aware of. You know, we'll not expect something of these dates at the moment. It's more when we're coming closer to it. If the smaller wave are okay with a possible all-time high, we need to see all of these basically while reaching these dates before it's impossible to say this is going to play out or not. So yeah, that is it for Bitcoin. We have the targets. I mean, we have the trade here. Okay, if we don't get these shorts, we're going to look for the wave targets above here. So for example, to find a possible short target, again, to short here is pretty crazy, not gonna lie, but I mean, to short, if we really get a massive breakout here, is pretty crazy, but still possible. So we'll get a wave 1, 2, you will add this wave 3 targets and simply wait for any bearish reaction of this wave 3 basically. So you will get next the wave 4, and next you can plan the wave 4 target, wait for the bullish reaction, look for the wave 5, wait for the wave 5 targets, and I do again the same, and take the same and repeat basically. So yeah, that is the plan. So we have the longs here. If we have to drop directly from here, honestly, this will be really, I don't even know if the current top is good right now. Nah, this is a poor high basically, so honestly this is very likely we go for a new high again. This is really what I will look for here above. Okay, this, or if we really break through, we look for this at the all-time high basically. So yeah, I'm not too worried about a short right now, it's fine. And yeah, with the support, honestly, I mean, if I'm expecting a higher, thing is if we push higher here, okay, if you pull, for example, the fixed range right now from the top to the very bottom to get the latest uptrend fixed range pull volume basically, well, the problem is now if we make a new high, what I'm expecting, well, if you pull it to the new high, the volume is going to change. So is it useful to plan the support now? Not really. Overall, you can see that definitely we have this Valera high here alone, not the best. Then we have the point of control, this Valera low. You can see already we have all this zone of confluence. Now, yeah, the fixed range is very good because it gives the confluence, the additional confluence we was waiting for, to really see which one is the strongest and the weakest, basically. So yeah, that is it for Bitcoin. So let's maybe cover a few altcoins. This one is going to be very long. Where's the chat here? There we go. Yeah, if you're making your eyes. Yeah, this is honestly I will not come that down if we have to really retrace. I will really keep it small into the value highs and stuff like that. I will not really start going down into, again, it's possible, but I'll keep it small. We'll see, depending on what support we print again, if we keep pushing up and stuff like that. Again, that would be nice to come down here. That will give another nice long opportunity, but it will be better to keep it small, honestly. Yeah, that's a really nice enough confidence here. Honestly, it will be this. Fake out below here. If we don't get that, yeah, we're going to come inside here. And if this is broken, we still have that one, but I mean, please don't come that down. Yeah, this will be the support if we really have to drop directly from here, otherwise, yeah, anyways, it's more likely at the moment. Altcoins. So Phil. Oh, we made a new high, by the way. So, you know, we've planned a nice zone of price here, basically. This was the 56,186%, the overall best target. Then I changed a bit my targets on my side. I don't know if the target was planned like this. That was the next one, but I believe we got this one too. Let me see, feel. What was the target plan here? Yeah, okay, you've got a swing through upon here. And this was the next one, there you go. You can see, don't know why I added that one next on my chart. This is pretty weird. Yeah, so basically we've got these two longs. Ah, come on, can I get this? Around, so this point of control. So a little bit above here, it's basically this wall zone. So we went into the point of control. You can see down here into the point of control. I don't know why I added that down here, but anyways. And so yeah, we've got a bounce from here. So a really lovely second trade. And so from here, it's already a 20% increase in price. Again, that's pretty nice. So yeah, pretty cool. This can be completed already, not gonna lie. That's a very small wave 4-5, so yeah, it will be nice to make something a little bit bigger here. Well, in any case, that one, do we have the wave here? Yeah. That was a mega bullish one. So 1, 2, 3. Right now, two configurations. Either this, you can see here. So first of all, push to the upside here for the wave 3 into the 1618, and then so the most common target basically, and then the wave 5 MC extension. So I would say right now, either the wave 5 is in, either we're going to extend that to the upside here, and overall this will be the best, not gonna lie, but we'll see. There will be another wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 basically to complete these 5 waves, and that all looks a little bit better already. Yeah, and next once you have done this, well, you either complete, you know, an ABC zigzag here to the upside and you drop, either you make this bigger impulsive or make another wave 1, another wave 2, and finally rise here bigger. But yeah, a few different configurations, but locally this is what I would look for. Either the wave 5 top is in, either a bigger impulse here, green. Okay, it depends basically if locally we hold or not the following support. Let me show you here. Once again, I'm gonna add this music into my playlist. We don't have any daily, we have nothing here. Okay, so let's go to 1 hour then, and let's do this very simply with the thing here. So we are at resistance at the moment. Okay, we've got this big resistance here. Swing through pound 1618, big price, downtrend, point of control basically. Gonna get rid of that so we can see a little bit better what's going on down there. So, okay, it sucks. That's really not the best here. Wow. Honestly, this is not an easy one. Well, we'll have to reclaim this, flip that into support to go, basically, because otherwise to trade back below here, no, definitely not, to be honest. Like, yeah. Nah, the place where we'll take the long is basically if we manage to reclaim this and flip it into support, otherwise there is no way to long down here. There is no way to long down. The next target is basically here, the range low basically, so if we do not manage to do this, we're going to see a range low. So again, we can bounce off the range low without taking the low here, it's possible. That's a pretty deep retracement, so yeah, that will be the only long, to be honest with you. I'll be aware of this one. So yeah, that is it for feel. Otherwise we'll have a year, so absolute crazy decent long trade. So this one also was nice, but overall went lower due to Bitcoin. And yeah, I mean, this is just a perfect entry. Like, this is just insane. And you talk about 31% increase in price in just a week. This is just insane. Anyways, so this was over the weekend what I drew for myself, and I'm gonna keep it by the way, because you can see here, well, we make one new high, very shy bit still here, but we do a new high with only a triple wave up here. So yeah, we'll have an ABC zigzag here. So there are two configurations we can look for now. Either an ending into the wave 5 basically, so a wedge here to the upside, 1 2 3 4 5, okay, like this complete the wave 5. Either, and this will be the best because overall this will be, we can go a lot higher, that will be a correction to the upside here, so we can look simply for a bigger wave 4 here. That will be also, and that will look better also because this one was pretty quick. So normally when you do something pretty quick here for the wave 2, you look for a longer wave 4. So I will take this as first. And so next you can look for the wave 5, and so you look for a nice impulsive here. And so you can go higher with this. Okay, so that is the plan on a year. More likely I will look this, unless Bitcoin is really starting to be bearish. In that case we can look for the 5 ways to be completed with a, I don't know, I don't have the answer for that. But yeah, unless it happens, there'll be a bigger wave 4 here. And then you look for the wave 5. And to add the wave targets, you can pull the extension tool from this local time high to the bottom here to the top here, and these are the targets basically. So to keep the MC extension, or maybe go into the 1-to-1 here, right, 23 max, I will not go below. These are the 3 targets. If we drop below, this is really not looking good at all. So yeah, brings us basically with this kind of trade here. Okay, and you look next for the new high. And for the new high, to find a target, simply pull the extension tool from the wave 1 root to the wave 1 top here. You can see the wave 3 was the perfect 1618 again. We'll have more chance to go at least. For a wave 3, next you take the third click, pull it on the wave 4 bottom, add a wave 5 targets, MC extension 1-to-1, 1618 to 6. You have 2 different pulls and way to pull the wave 5 from this bottom here, or really at the bottom of the wave 4, the end of the wave 4. honestly these days this one is getting much more respected. Normally before, like again 2 years ago, the rules are changing, the market changed, we have to adapt to it basically. So before 2 years ago, 1 year ago, it was like this, that was playing best. Now it's like that from the low we've remade. So yeah, we'll keep that one. Still sometimes these days it's gonna be the other method, if you can say, but it's more raw. Okay, so we'll keep that one. So yeah, these are the targets above us if we have to get another increase in price from here. So we have first one here. Oops, I added back green. This one here next. 1618 and the 2618 here. So yeah, and with the levels we have just resistance above us. So if we do the waveform, well, either a big breakout, either just something very small. And if the breakout is doing something massive like that, and we just, I mean, like this here, we just keep pushing up, then this was another wave 1 too, and this is very nice. But again, I'm not going to take such bullish thing unless it happens. METIS. So METIS got an absolute crazy increase in price over the weekend. We talk about like 15% in a day, if I'm correct, on Saturday. Yeah, on Saturday, if I'm... Yeah, well, on Saturday. Since then, on Sunday, we keep getting a nice pullback from here. So, this we don't care anymore. Oops. METIS here. This was the 123, so now we made a low here. Can go for that one. Let's go for here. It's not so good that we broke down here at the moment. Okay, well, there are two configurations here. Let me see. If we really have to bounce, because again I'm not showing you the configuration where it's not going to bounce. So yeah, I would say first of all we can look for, so this is the first target, okay, we're having right now. With the MC extension, there will be basically a swing through pan of the lows, maybe that one again. I mean, that one in addition to the current ones we took already. And then we reclaim, then we change the market structure, we hold the 5 ways up here, then we're going to long the, I mean, we can long out the retest. I'll not beat, so again, if you read the order flow and do stuff like that, you can, on the outs, we can absolutely, okay, so take the aggressive long down here. Best otherwise we'd go into the 1-to-1 extension, honestly. Just gonna make sure. Yeah, best way to go down into the 1-to-1 extension. If we start dropping below here, honestly, this is really not looking good. That was an ABC zigzag to the upside, and it's just going to be basically a bigger correction in there before getting the real push up. So yeah, honestly, these are the two best. Again, we can extend that if we do something really quick here a week, can extend that to the 123, but this will be the best of the best of the best. Okay, so yeah, these are the two targets we can look for, and that will be, normally I already added the wave on my side here, so I'm still tempted to take that wave 4 here. So let's take this 56 186% here. That will be the, oops, for this wave 4 for now, and then for the wave 5 then you will get this wave 3 4 5 basically. Okay, so this is a count I'm taking, but please be aware of that again this can be an 1 2 3 4 5, and if we have a 1 2 3 4 5 before, that brings us with an A, B and a C completed, and so now we are just going to drop. So again, I will not look at this because the ETH BTC pair, and we're going to cover ETH BTC next, and the ETH pair and the Ethereum basically. We're coming closer to the wave 4 here. By the way, we are really coming closer to the wave 4 here. Still wish we'll get another increase in price though. Yeah, we shall still go for... Yeah, so again, that's the problem right now, right? Because the thing is, well, this on the chart is a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? But again, what can that be? If we have to be bearish, it can be this A, B, C, and so there is no wave 4 and 5 next. It's just a massive crash, basically. So yeah, that's also something to bear in mind. Just something to be aware of. I will keep in mind. I will definitely keep in mind. So yeah, best way to maybe wait for the wave 4 pull again. No, maybe to buy before. Wait for the pullback of the wave 4. See if we're holding the wave 4. See if we get some good wave of the wave 4 bounce. If we get some good wave, then this is looking good. But otherwise, because overall, we still didn't broke the market structure here, so we just locally here, but we still have some big highs here to take. So yeah, it will be nice to keep pushing up here still. Yeah, we'll see anyways. Let's come back on METIS here. So yeah, unless it's very bearish on the other assets, I will not look for this. Okay, so yeah, for now we'll be away 4-5 next. Let's go now for ETH. So ETH, this was what I planned my side for the weekend, just to be aware of what could do the alts next. We've got a pullback here, very small. We have some 5 ways up, so again, it's like feel it can be done, or a bigger impulsive up here. Honestly, a bigger impulsive up will be nice, like a bigger wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. So wave 5, that will be really the best. Sorry, but yeah, wave 4 here is done. So now either a big wave 5 or the wave 5 is in. Let's get rid of that. And the thing is, after the wave 5, well, this is completing this bigger wave 5, and this bigger wave 5, the bigger green wave 5, that is basically this one here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is completing either the C for a massive crash next, either the wave 3 here. Yeah, so again, I will prefer this impulse to the upside, so first of all look for the pullback here, for a pullback to continue up. But if this pullback target is not going to hold, then it's not really looking good, because that was in that case the A, B, C, and so we're going to go again for another range bound and for a continuation like this, just for a bigger WXY, basically very BC flat. So yeah, honestly, that will be much better to get this this impulsive up here. If we pull back, this was a regular wave 2 if I'm correct. Oh no, this was a very small one, by the way. Wow. Wow, okay. Well, then we'll have more chance to go down between the 38.2 and 50% of this, so to speak. Look. This will be our target here. Again, it's approximately, for now we're not sure we have the high. If we really have the high right now, if the high is in, this is going to be the target basically. So maybe hold again another, well, yeah, hold a higher low, either swing through pan and get the reversal. Okay, but yeah, this is a target if we retrace from here basically on ETH. Now ETH BTC, again, this is the same, either an ABC zigzag, either an impulsive here to the upside. So next we'll really have to see if we hold away for or not, and honestly that will be nice we hold away for, that will be really nice we hold away for, but yeah, we'll see. So 1, 2, 3, we should be now into the wave 4. When we're going to come inside here, we should bounce for the wave 5. So 3, 4, 5, boom. And these 5 waves are going to complete the bigger wave 5, and this bigger wave 5 is going to complete the bigger wave 3 here. So yeah, that will be maybe around the 200% there. And next we can look for the pullback of the wave 4. Boom. This one was regular, right? Yeah, this one was 50%. There you go. This one was regular. So yeah, here we'll have more chance to go for a normal wave 4. Can be extended down to the 50%, but it's not a must. We can hold, for example, a higher low here again. We have low, higher low, higher low, higher low again, and we keep pushing up. Yeah, so that'll be the thing. And then finally we get the next increase in price, and so this from a bigger wave 1, bigger wave 2, and next is the joy time. Boom. Like that, you know. We formed, so this was a leading, basically. We formed the fireways up here. This one was a little bit tricky. We got a nice fake out here, but overall, this is a joy. Next year, I get way through the biggest pump to the upside here. So, yeah, hopefully we are able to get these fireways up. Basically, hopefully we're able to get these fireways, and we just not end up in an ABC zigzag. That will be the best overall. So yeah, that is it for the altcoins. Little bit higher still will be nice. And Bitcoin, yeah, still looking and waiting for higher here. There is no trade for me at the moment. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed. If you want to enjoy the ATAS software, you can, because tomorrow is gonna become paid and mostly depends on your use, but again it's gonna be mostly paid if you want, for example, to use this workspace. So if you want to enjoy this software with discount, you can absolutely use these codes. For example, 50% off the plus plan for the first purchase only, and then it's you will have to pay the normal price after the renewals, basically. But yeah, if you take the 6 months, for example, you will get 50% off the 6 months, if I'm correct. And next, otherwise, you have 7% off for the Plus Pro and Ultra for 1, 3, 12 months. Oh, you don't have 6 months, but you only have 12 months, if I'm correct. And lifetime subscriptions. And this one is valid until September 12th, and all the codes here are valid starting tomorrow. So I'm giving this in advance before we even get the new pricing. But it's fine. And yeah, that's it. Oops. So yeah, feel free to use this. Again, this code, you can use these codes when you sign up with my link. So if you already have an account, you can sign up with my link down in the description, make an account and use this promo code tomorrow or later when you want to, if you want to sign up at some point with a subscription. It's really on you. It depends what you prefer, what you want to do with ATAS, and if you want to use ATAS. But in my opinion, at the moment, this is the best software for all the flow, footprint chart, everything. It's the best in my opinion, compared to other ones where you have data gaps every single day and they're telling you, yeah, it's going to be back at the end of the day. It's not. Massive issues. You're waiting for some feature that you don't even get after 1 or 2 years, and the software is just dead, basically. I mean, anyways. So yeah. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the today's daily update. We're live for 140 minutes and 4 minutes, by the way. This was a pretty long live stream today, but yeah, took some time to explain a little bit more on ATAS as well. This is a collab with ATAS at the moment, so you can enjoy discounts, basically. So yeah, spending a little bit on some time on ATAS, so you can also understand a bit. By the way, if you have any questions on ATAS, feel free to let me know. I don't know if there are any questions on ATAS at the moment. Looks like not, but if you have any questions, you can drop some questions right now, and I'm gonna take your questions, answer your questions before to go off. So if you have any, feel free to ask me in the chat. What do we have? Yeah, it's pretty weak move right now. We can see again some shorts came at the lows here, and they got wrecked 3 and 3 here. That's pretty nice. Look at that. Again, they're coming really like at the lows. You can see you have like no any shorts coming down here, and you have boom breaking the down the view up here. You have like 2 millions of shorts and 2 millions of shorts. You have like basically 4 millions of shorts that came into this candle. You can see it's because of the increasing of the open interest here. Open interest here is increasing, and a negative data. There are new market order shorts coming into the market. And next you can see instant reversal, 3 million getting wrecked. Positive data plus a decreasing of the open interest are shorts closing. So these shorts got stopped out or liquidated, basically, if they enter it, for example, with a Dijon big leverage position, a really close liquidation. Big leverage and a really close liquidation price. And they even, you can see here, they're even more closed after that. These were new longs, but even more got wrecked next. So that's nice. Be good to see. But yeah, overall, this move right now is just you're just straight closing, so you can see that everything is weak at the moment. It's just really weak. There is nothing to do with that. A little bit of short that came in here, but I was really able to put the price down here, but no, I mean there is nothing to do with that. And again, we have a price. I'm not too worried about this. Alright, so I don't see any questions right now coming in the chat, so I think we're done. You understand everything about ATAS, so people are not watching live at the moment. So yeah, if you have any questions, you can also drop some questions in the Discord server. Feel free, you're absolutely free to do it. Here are the codes again. I'm gonna add this into the comments, Discord, and into the description, no worries, so you can get this and enjoy these discounts. So yeah, take care of you all. This is important. Hope you had a nice weekend. I'll catch you all on Wednesday for the next daily update. And yeah, take care of you. See you all in the next one. Cheers.